Welcome everyone to another edition of 4D, Def's Daily Dose of Dota. I'm your host, Michael Defizis Plumley, and today is episode 17 of Def's Daily Dose of Dota. It's Tuesday, November 4th. It's election day, but you might be watching this someday in the future. Maybe you just played a game or two of Dota. Maybe you watched my Crystal Maiden video and said, I'm going to do some great supporting play, help out my allies. And then maybe you died 15 times in 20 minutes. Never fear, because oftentimes after games like that, you die a lot, you don't get a lot done, you didn't do the supporting you wanted to do. You might think to yourself, I just don't want to die next game. Well, do I have a hero for you? This hero has not only armor, which all heroes have, but he has damage block as an ability. That's every hit you're going to be taking less damage. And then what if I told you he has another button, another ability? You can just button mash, and it reduces the damage of people dealing damage to him. Pretty good. And then what if I told you he has a stun? Nope. Not only a stun, I think the best stun in the game. It stuns everywhere. Some of you already know who I'm talking about, especially if you read the title to the video. I'm talking about Tidehunter. I think he's an excellent hero for new people coming to the game to learn. A little more forgiving about the abilities. Has a passive ability that does work all the time. Not many skill shots like a Marana arrow that we see in the lower echelons and in our earlier games, just missing constantly. But he has a good synergy of abilities and an excellent role in the Dota universe. Today we're going to be looking at a game of Offlane Tidehunter from EG.Universe, matched up against Team Is.Secret, that's what they're calling themselves as of this moment, from the Starladder Star Series Season 10 Offline LAN Finals. And this is not just any game, this was a pivotal game for EG versus Team Is.Secret. Their backs were up against the wall, money was on the line. We were hoping to see great performances in times like these. I'm looking at you, TI4 finals. But they didn't disappoint. Fantastic showing from players like Arteezy on his Lycan consistently through the tournament. I have a video up on that shows some of his feats. We also saw EG Fear do some great work on Puck. We saw the supports Zai and PPD play heroes like in this game, Witch Doctor, and eventually there'll be a Nyx. But this game is about Tidehunter. We're going to hop into the draft and see not only how Universe doesn't die that much, even though dying's okay, it's a team game after all, but how he positions himself for team fights to use that delicious, wonderful, wonderful ultimate that is the AoE stun. We're also going to see his itemization builds. We're going to see his spell progression. We're going to see how he synergizes with a lineup of evil geniuses. Let's hop into the game, as always, right at the end of the draft. We're going to get things rolling. There's 30 seconds left, so the picks will be coming out soon. I always like to look at the primary attributes here between our heroes. Team Secret, 3 strength heroes and a Medusa carry that they just picked up after having an anti-mage banned out by PPD, the drafter. Medusa will be matched up against the Lycan. 2 great carries that we're seeing proliferated in the metagame right now of 6.82C. On Evil Genius' side, 2 strength heroes, the Lycan carry, the Tidehunter offlane, going to be very beefy, the Witch Doctor support, a Puck who could go mid, probably will be Lycan though. And we see a Nyx Assassin, an excellent counter pick, I feel, to Medusa. This Mana Shield serves to really increase Medusa's survivability in the late game. But Nyx Assassin, burning mana, he has 2 stuns, and then he has some great ganking potential with his Vendetta. Team Secret already have a Doom that could be jungling, a Brewmaster, or Medusa that could go mid. Probably we'll see another support coming out for Secret.
5 seconds remaining.
And we could just speed this up a little bit.
Reserve time.
Earthshaker, I see matching up this game very well against Witch Doctor. Definitely need some stuns, and long-range stuns would be good to stop an ult like Death Ward. Love it. One of my favorite support heroes to play. Likewise, Tidehunter, his AoE stun,
Keeper of the light.
will fare against most of the heroes, including Keeper of the Light. So we're going to hop into the game as things get started here. It's going to be Universe on the Tidehunter, Artesian like in PBD playing Witch Doctor Puck, played by Fear, and Zai on the Nyx Assassin.
Remaining.
Also for Team Secret, we have S4 on the Brewmaster, Big Daddy No Tail, Earthshaker, one of his signature heroes.
Prepare for battle.
That's a bizarre gem to have in that inscribed gravel maw totem. Simba on the Doom. Puppy playing this Keeper of the Light. Great hero. Buffed recently in patches 6.82. Hope to see more of him. Kuroki on the carry Medusa. We see our heroes staying together, expecting perhaps some jungle incursion from EG, but instead, they're staying together in the bottom lane, and smoked. Our Tidehunter, starting out this game with a Clarity Potion, boots of speed, up to 360 move speed with those. He's a little above average at 310 starting. And a set of tangos.
30 seconds to battle.
Very similar coming out across the board from the heroes. Lots of tangos. Lots of those GG branches. Fear being the one who has the 2 pooled tangos. Arteezy starting out with the Stout Shield, Ring of Protection. If you're interested about his itemization and builds that he has pretty mapped out, I have a video available on that.
The battle begins.
We see Universe finally roaming up to the top lane, grabbing that bounty rune. I love this bit of boat. Clever little item. Smashed boat. International 2013. Squiddle's mythical stuffed toy. Great offhand. But we see him blocking with the creep wave, taking his first point in Anchor Smash. It's going to help him get a little secured last hit or two early on, but also reduce damage should he be jumped on. Also, for the mid matchup, we're going to see Fear on Puck against Kuroki on the Medusa. But it's going to be S4 in the top lane, matched up against Universe. That was a first blood. Who cares? The tri-lane of EG, that's just what they do. Killing the opposing off lane. Well, in that aspect, Universe cares. He's already doing a little better than his counterpart. Doom gonna have his work cut out for him. Tidehunter, already level 2. Using an Anchor Smash, and picking up his second talent in Kraken Shell. It's gonna give a little bit of damage reduction to start out. And then periodic damage. Shell that breaks. Dispels buffs. All helps to synergize with just being able to get away and survive a little longer in an offlane that could quickly become a 2 versus 1 with Keeper of the Light. Could quickly become a 3v1 as we see EG executing with their lane. But Universe, now level 3, picks up a second point in the Kraken Shell damage block. Now he's up to 20 damage reduction on every hit. And we see heroes like a range creep doing 23 damage, 21 damage. He is going to take virtually no damage from the lanes. We also see him spinning that first Clarity Potion. Regenning mana, just staying in the back a little bit. He has boots. He has Anchor Smash to reduce damage, so he can feel pretty confident in lane. And he already has a couple last hits. Actually, the same number as S4, who will be farming here. Whereas Doom in the opposing offlane, not a lot to synergize well with his abilities to stay alive and face an outnumber of opponents. Scorched Earth will provide some healing and bonus move speed, but he is quickly getting pushed out of lane as we see. But Universe, on the Tidehunter, will be able to farm at will to a certain degree. Senses some heroes missing, so he does back off a little bit. waits for the next creep wave, just blocks it a little bit to make sure they're slowed down and the creeps are a little closer to home. Level 4, may get a point and gush. It's a good slowing ability if someone were to assist him in lane for ganks, but instead he takes another point in Anchor Smash. I agree. Net worth is consistent this early. Last hit's a much more better metric to follow in the early game. As we see, Universe keeping pretty competitive, 14 last hits. He's already picked up his bottle, but more importantly, he hasn't died yet. He can feel great knowing that the Doom conceded an early death and has been forced into the jungle. And he's progressing quite quickly on the levels. Sure, S4, he can Thunderclap. Gets up there in damage. 250, 300 magical damage, but Tidehunter, one of the best heroes at surviving against burst damage. With that Kraken Shell and Anchor Smash. And of course he can also Gush now at level 5. That will help his escape a little bit should he be jumped on by Team Secret. We see him just running into the lane, doing 125 damage now with Anchor Smash, helping him to get another last hit or two. But his aggression was almost punished, but what's that? He was smart enough to pick up a TP scroll, and knowing that other than the Earthshaker stun, who's still level 1 from all his roaming, there's not much that can be done to prevent that TP. Excellent fortitude and foresight for Universe's part, and 100 gold, saving his death. Pretty good deal. He goes back to base, picks up another TP scroll, and a magic stick. Likewise in the other lanes, Doom not having a great time. Level 3 in his off lane, Zai and PPD have done a great job forcing him off of lane. And Tidehunter is already approaching that level 6 where he picks up that delicious, delicious ultimate. The lane is getting pushed back all the way to the tower. So Universe just takes a moment to roam. Would have liked to have seen a lane pull here that he could help contest and leech XP off, but instead he can just roam back. If we switch to their vision, we notice he doesn't have vision of both the Keeper of the Light and Earthshaker. So he can be a little bit nervous right now. Or at least he should. Beautiful fissure coming out from Big Daddy. Not able to get away. And Universe, although he dies, spends some of his time and money to buy a TP scroll. All is not lost. He's not level 6, but he's almost there. He will when it comes back. This tower will take some damage, but after a quick rotation from one of his allies, he'll be just fine. Brewmaster also having to commit the primal split there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
PPD conceding a death there.
Top tower is under
But
attack.
this tower will live. And meanwhile in the bottom lane, what's this? Oh, bad time for all offlaners. Have no fear, Universe, as he did switch down here, get level 6, and get a little more money coming his way. Not a lot. Fight recap, good job. As we see him just switch lanes, after seeing the large committal from the Medusa to help take down that tower, he helps to take down Team Secret's off lane in the bottom lane with the help of Zai and RTZ.
Bottom tower is under attack.
He's had 22 last hits, staying quite competitive. The same number as the Medusa, who is mid. He has a bottle. He is level 6. And he is ready to make something happen. We can see the range of Ravage here. It's almost a screen length. 1,000 radius. It's an AoE. It's a stun, and it does damage. One of my favorite stuns in the game. We see him rotating now. His lane, the tower's fallen. But instead, we'll see that with the few levels early on, he can already start farming these, or potentially farming the Ancients. Anchor Smash, usable if you hold down the Alt key on all Ancient creeps, other than Roshan. And at the low mana cost, 30, 40, 50, 60 mana, it's quite spammable. Instead we see Universe rotating around, may look to contest this room. He's also staying close to his other support for the team of Witch Doctor. He has a bottle. He would love to get this rune. He does see no tail. And that was a ravaged use. Only on one, but early on, pretty good job, I think. He did secure a kill, got a little extra money. Also was able to get his bottle refilled. Not too shabby. 300 gold coming his way. He's getting very close to level 7 now, and can just rotate back into his lane with the space created to continue farming. 24 last hits. PPD now joins him as well. There's quite a bit of action happening on the mid lane. Fear's being pushed back to his tower, but he's a slippery foe. Universe, though, senses the danger for his mid and will rotate over, knowing that a creep wave or two will only get him to the tower. Instead, he can join and attempt to defend his mid. A large committal by Team Secret. The Brewmaster ultimate is popped. And Medusa sits mid Arteezy, using his shapeshift. Would love to secure a kill here. Using the gush off on S4, he's slowed. And Tidehunter pursues at that 365 move speed. Won't quite get there with the anchor smash. It has a 400 radius, but a good effort nonetheless. He's now level 7, picks up a third point in anchor smash, increasing the damage by 50. The damage reduction a little bit more, but notably, it becomes a little faster to spam, 5 seconds, at only the cost of 10 more mana. We should definitely expect him to be jungling these ancients, which is one of the reasons why Team Secret are already putting an observer ward down there to try and hinder the stacking. As we see Universe as his next move attempting to stack at the 54-second mark, while simultaneously checking the rune to fill up his bottle. And he grabs it. An invisibility rune coming his way, and 3 more charges. However, it did not stack, and he should suspect that it is warded. So instead he uses his invisibility rune to set out with Zai, his teammate, to perhaps secure a kill in top lane. The squishy support of Puppy would be a prime target, mainly why he's hiding in the forest. As we see mana boots going off, topping off our Tidehunter. He has Ravage back online, and instead he'll come in with Zai to just tank up this double stack. That's going to be about 215 gold going his way. He has mana boots, he has magic stick, but it's a long way towards the blink dagger, which should be his next target. With that creep now farmed, we see him roam back up and attempt to farm the jungle. The Ancients, one of the best uses of this Anchor Smash, since it's quite spammable. It's low mana. At 50 or 60 mana, you can get roughly 10 off with his current mana pool, and you'll take minimal damage with the damage reduction from Anchor Smash and the Kraken Shell combination. Instead, we see a port to the bottom lane. He wants to contest this destruction of his tier 1 bottom, but he's been doomed.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And he runs away. And though he dies, he does manage to buy 2 teleportation scrolls before he dies. Gold that would have disappeared otherwise. So, not that bad. The Death Ward will come out, and we'll see it ends up being essentially a 1-for-1, with Medusa also having died in mid. And what was a 1-for-1 is now a 2-for-1. So Universe, your death was not in vain. You're at 33 last hits, you're staying competitive, although you are a long way from that blink dagger. You're on the offlane, so you're going to be facing uphill odds. You'll be outnumbered. Perhaps you'll be a little underfarmed. But luckily, his teammates doing quite well. We see Arteezy tops on last hits and net worth. And we see Fear had an excellent time in mid lane, slightly out-farming Kuroki. Universe is back up now. He's level 80, has 4 points in that Anchor Smash. He's just pushing out the mid lane. His Ravage is back off of cooldown.
Dire's
Worth
bottom
noting, it
tower
will always
has
be
been
150
denied.
seconds on the cooldown. Some ults, they do reduce as you rank them up to rank 3, but the main thing here is that 2-second stun turns into a 2.77 second stun. And the damage more than doubles. Fear now back in the mid lane. We see Universe roam away. Coming perhaps up to this ancient camp. This observer ward still here. But Universe can use this to farm about 200 gold. The smaller camps yield much less. This is about 60. This is about 110. But the ancient camps can get up to 220 to almost 250 gold per stack. And he's already up to 700. He is well on his way to a Blink Dagger. But what's this? That Observer Ward catching Universe out. He's attempting to teleport out, and he does. With those teleportation scrolls that he bought when he died on the bottom lane, he may have just saved his own life. With PPD, the only one there to support.
Illusion.
Universe stays alive.
Gold for me.
And now, he's up at 1,000 gold. About 40% of the way to this Blink Dagger, as a fight
Radiant's middle tower
begins
is
to
under
occur
attack.
mid lane. Universe just roaming there, getting to the front line. He has mana boots to assist his team. He has the Ravage ultimate. But we see him instead farming up briefly. He knows the fight will be coming soon, so he doesn't want to run too far away or rotate lanes. Arteezy is doing an excellent job pushing out the bottom lane. So Universe has a bit of time to himself with the jungle. We see Universe wanting to stack this camp for himself. This is an AoE ability for Anchor Smash, so if you can get any stacks off on the creep camp, you can farm just as fast, but farm for more gold.
Dire's bottom
This will be
tower
another
is under
200
attack.
gold going his way,
Radiant's
and he
middle
may have his
tower
Blink
is
Dagger
under attack.
in the off lane by the 20-minute mark. But Team Secret, ready to pressure this mid-tier 1. It's getting low, at about 40% health. And S4 is on the prowl. He has his Blink Dagger. He has Primal Spirit.
Radiant's middle
Ready.
tower is under attack.
Here's Universe with a bottle charge. He does find Brewmaster there. Brewmaster is not alone. He pops the split. Universe uses one Anchor Smash to try and continue
Radiant's
running
middle
away, but this
tower
may
is
be his
under
life
attack.
here. Not much he can do.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And instead of spending the Ravage, it may not have resulted in any kills. He simply dies. He's going to be down for 30 seconds.
Out.
S4 does secure a double kill. But
Stay near. Puck out.
Team Secret had to dive quite deep to commit,
Did you mean to?
and the turnaround ensues while Universe is dead. Beautiful block coming out from Earthshaker there.
Behold.
However, Fear still chasing. Arteezy using Shapeshift to secure a kill on Art. And it ends up being a 2 for 3. A large amount of work being done by Fear. Universe is back up now. He's teleported top. Or he's roamed top. He's picked up the haste rune. And he's still about 1,000 away from that Blink Dagger. That Blink Dagger that'll help him move in, get the initiation, ensuring that his ravages hit as many people as possible.
Dire's bottom tower.
But in the
is
meantime,
under
he can
attack.
just continue farming. He's level 9. It's the 17-minute mark. He'd love to get the rank 2 Ravage. But with the tier 1 mid down, farming will be a little more risky. But luckily, he's Tidehunter. And with that, we're going to take a break. It's 17 minutes in. The tier 1 mid has fallen. The tier 1 bottom for both teams has fallen. That's really what I would consider the end of the early game, the laning phase. We see our heroes, especially Team Secret, coming together to initiate more fights. We see all our heroes above level 6. Tidehunter has already used his ultimate to much success to secure a kill on No Tail. When we come back, we'll enter the mid game. Tidehunter will surely have that Blink Dagger online too, where he can really start positioning well for the fights, and hoping Arteezy can capitalize off of one of the better supports in the game. You're watching 4D Def's Daily Dose of Dota. We'll be back after a relaxing music break.